I'm so sorry to disturb you.
She like the way we are bad like
Down again, down.
Hey Belle, what's going on with you? You seem distracted. That would be all.
As your best friend.
You're not my best.
As your best friend.
Go now, give your guy this now. Why did you do like this? Why did you do like this? My name is Abel.
Nice to meet you, Abel.
And I'm wondering.
I have to go now. See you around?
Yeah, sure.
Sure? Bye.
Come with me.
Stop.
Girl, I never let you go.
I just want to apologize for last night's behavior.
Like a belly dancer, but it's too bad, girl.
I know you like her. I'm sure you're in love with her by now.
You're a good girl. What are you doing mingling with people like this?
You know, for a minute, let's even say that I wasn't married. This is one of those movies that even if I watch around my African parents, my Yoruba parents, it would still be so awkward. Hey! You people already acted this in this Nollywood. You people, they don't want us. So how you people that are not married, how will you see this movie and be all right? Because I feel like some of you will go into that cinema and be pleading the blood of Jesus 1,000 times, because this is temptation on a platter of gold. This is not the kind of movie you would mistakenly take your teenager to watch or take your child to watch. You know, this is not that kind of movie at all. Irele, I don't know what it is, but I think that this was brilliant. She was daring. Nobody has done this before. I don't think so. You guys know I like soundtracks, right? But again, Nollywood, you people, when you are laying your sound, you people should be considering our eardrum. You people should come. No, please, for the love of God, be considering our eardrum, because it was loud. Anyway, you want to know how I felt watching this movie? You're definitely going to find out as I give you the review of the movie. Hey you. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Irele. Thank you for clicking to watch this video. If you're new on this channel, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome. Yes, please, wherever you are or whatever category you belong, remember to like, subscribe, comment. Okay, I love to read from you. You can also share this video with your friend, as I'm sure this is something a lot of people want to see. They want to get to hear other reviewers' thoughts about, you know, this particular movie, AU, especially following the hype and all the other things that came with it when it was released. So yes, let's quickly get to the review. If you're new here, let me quickly chip this in. This is not the only type of content I do here. Of course, I'm a movie reviewer. I also get to do lifestyle content, take you around town, share some thoughts with you, and let you know some of the things I have in my head. So if these are some of the contents you're interested in, again, please do not forget to like and subscribe. But yes, you already know this particular content is about a movie review, and the movie title is AU. AU was released the last Friday of July. That should be like 29th of July or thereabouts. And of course, it came with a lot of buzz. The producer of this movie is definitely someone that I talked to on social media, and I remember asking a couple of questions at another premiere. I think it was the premiere of Man for the Job, where we got to talk a little bit about this movie. I think I also remember talking to Irele, who is the star girl on this movie, about this movie long time ago, some weeks or months ago, when we had the premiere of Man for the Job, and it just made me anticipate this movie, anticipate the movie. And now that it's finally here, now that I finally get to see it, I'm happy to be talking about it. So yes, let you know that while I review movies, I get to talk about the synopsis, that's the storyline. I tell you about the makeup of the movie, production, crew, cast, and then we now start dissecting the movie: cinematography, sound, performances, what went right, what did not go right, and then finally I get to do a rating of the movie. So let's start from the beginning, and that would be, okay, I'll start with the cast or the people in this movie. It's an Untitled film, Untitled studio film, and you would tell that Untitled came prepared for 2022 because since the beginning of this year up until now, they've been giving us back to back to back. I think Untitled's year started off with Ageshikole, that's the King of Thieves, which was released sometime in April, and I think it's currently showing as well on Amazon Prime at the moment, and it's a fantastic movie, deserving of all of the accolades and everything that came with it. Definitely have the review on my channel, so you might want to click to watch the review of Ageshikole, King of Thieves, and if you've not seen it, you can check it out on Amazon Prime. I'm sure it has left the cinema now because it's been a couple of months already. This year also, Untitled Studio gave us Man for the Job. I missed Man for the Job at the cinema because I had a busy schedule during the period. I was at the premiere, but I don't see movie at the premiere, so I missed that. But I will definitely get to see it when it comes to Amazon Prime or maybe Netflix sometime in September. But I think Amazon Prime has confirmed September, so I would see it and review it when I do. But this is about the third movie, if I'm not mistaken, Untitled Studio is giving to us, and they've become prominent in our faces. Not that they've not been doing movies before, but I think that they are beginning to match up the energy of some of the prominent film houses or production houses that we've known before now. So yes, this is about their third movie, Hey You. And Untitled Studio have also put themselves out there as a daring movie production house or company, because all of the movies they do, all of the movies they've done so far, all of the movies we've seen them do, they are definitely always daring. The stories are different, and everything about it just really feels different from what we've seen before. So this one, AU, takes a very raunchy route. You know, it's sexy, and that's why I started off by saying you could not tell us that you started doing things like, before we used to be conservative, like people would do sex scenes and then you want to conceal. This one, we're seeing things in this movie. Hey, now Hollywood, is this the way you want to be going? Anyway, Until in their daring way really went all out with this one. Sexy, raunchy movie, rom-com, of course. That's a romantic comedy. Well, comedy, yeah, there's a bit of comedy. I think I googled a couple of times, but yeah, I'll call it drama as well. And it takes us through the life of a tech boy who is socially awkward and very, very messy. Very socially awkward and messy. That character was played by Timini, Egbuson, and then I think the name is Irele. And we also were introduced to Irele, who is a good girl by day, bad girl at night. Good girl by day because she is a teacher, at an orphanage. She's a teacher at an orphanage home owned by, I think, her mother. That's because she kept calling her mama. And then at night, she's on a site for 18+ content where she does the dirty dancing, dirty talking, and satisfy those people who want to be satisfied. And that's where she met this guy who is the tech guy, Irele, played by Timini, who would usually love to visit that site because it's socially awkward, like I said, so it's not like he's hanging out with a lot of girls. We didn't even see him hang out with anybody. So that site was his getaway, place for satisfying himself sexually, right? And then it's the reality of a lot of people who would rather be on those kind of sites than do the actual stuff, whatever it is. But again, you know what it is. don't do it until you're married. Okay, okay. All right, moving on. So as fate will have it, the girl was doing her stuff on the side, and then, you know, this guy connected with her on that side, and she was one of our customers. But then again, it was even more intriguing to know that they were neighbors and they did not know. But along the line, the guy found out that she was the same girl on the dark, I don't want to call it dark web, or dark site, or 18+ site. And then he kept it to himself. They started falling in love, and the story went on and on and on. Apart from Timini and Irele, we also had Seyi Awolowo in this movie, who played the son of a billionaire who had interest in Irele's character. We also have, apart from that, we also have Rotimi Salami, who I think looks very much like Seyi Awolowo, and he actually, that's, you know, that vibe or connection between the both of them confused us at a point in one of the scenes in the movie. When you see the movie, you definitely get to know what it is, and then you be asking yourself, was that not Seyi that did that stuff? Was it Seyi? Was it not Seyi? It was later on we got to know that it was Rotimi Salami, so that was quite intriguing and interesting twist to the movie. Well, we also had Stanley, who played a very interesting character. You know, it was the comic relief that we needed in the movie. Friends to Timini Egbuson's character Abel in the movie, and they were all Rotimi Salami, Stan Neze, and Timini Egbuson were working in the same company, and they had Awolowo, I think that's her name, as their boss. I think those are some of the characters to note for this movie. Everybody that is worthy of note. So yes, it's a pretty small cast, right? It's a pretty small cast, and you know, that's why at some point in the movie I was just really getting tired, because we're literally seeing the same set of people, and you know, there were lengthy conversation and all that stuff we get to talk about as we get on with this review. So yes, I've told you a bit about the story. Remember, no spoiler alert in this place. I do not say everything because I also want you to go experience it yourself at the cinema. But just to give you a brief, I've done that already. The cast, I've also introduced you to them. Let's talk about the performances in this movie. Well, like I said, this is a one-of-a-kind cinema experience, and I can remember that I was watching someone on Instagram who was giving you know, it was sharing his experience about how people were making out in the cinema or the theater when he went to see this movie. And I'm like, okay, is it that deep? Well, for me, I of course went to see the movie with my husband, but I don't think that was that deep for me. So it really means that different people with different strokes, you know, or maybe I'm just too mature to get that, you know, get to that place. I don't know what it was, but I don't think that it was as deep as that person described it, for that thing to happen with those people in the theater, those people who were making out. Of course, I wouldn't say that it wasn't like it was extreme, like the scenes, the sexiness, everything was like to the edge, right? But for someone like me, I really didn't feel any type of way watching the movie. Of course, it's awkward for a lot of people, and that's why I'm wondering if this is a movie for everybody. And I'm also hoping that they would keep to the 18+ tag, you know, for the movie. I know that people in the cinema do not have a way to confirm that everyone coming in to see this movie is 18+, but I do hope that it, you know, somehow uphold that particular one, because this is not the kind of movie you would mistakenly take your teenager to watch or take your child to watch. You know, this is not that kind of movie at all. So that's something everybody needs to know. Yeah, back to the performances. Irele, I don't know what it is, but I think that this was brilliant. She was daring. Nobody has done this before. I don't think so. And I don't know if she was able to carry this out successfully because she was doing it with a best friend, Timini, because I know that they are pretty close. I guess that's why she was maybe comfortable. I don't know if she would have been comfortable doing all of those things with another male actor in the industry. But whatever the case, I love the bond between herself and Timini Egbuson, and both of them, of course, will be upheld as the best performances for this movie, because I mean, at the end of the day, it was tied around the both of them, and they did give us a good show. So the performances were definitely good, although I felt like Rotimi Salami wasn't matching up the energy of that three-way boy friendship. That's the friendship between himself, Timini, Egbuson, and Stan Neze. There were some awkward moments where Rotimi wasn't exactly saying so much. I guess that was also part of the character, but I'm not sure if it was working for me. It didn't look good on screen at some point, and then his character maybe heightened up a little bit and went to like you know, another step when he did that thing he did to Bianca when he was trying to rape her and stuff like that. I think that was when the character went a little bit higher in my head. But apart from that, it wasn't exactly you know, all that you know, in the entire movie. Yeah, so Seyi Awolowo was another interesting performance to watch. Interesting because I think I've not seen Seyi in this light in a while, or maybe even before. I'm talking about the lover boy vibe. I liked how it was the lover boy 1 minute and then the controlling boyfriend the next minute. The blend was really interesting. I liked how he used his body to do the work for the character, his face, his gestures, everything just really worked as the Mr. Romantic on one hand and the, you know, Daredevil on another hand, maybe. But yeah, I enjoyed watching him, and I feel like if he continues on in this step, it might just be like another favorite to see or watch in every other movie that we get to see him on. All right, that's about it for the performances. Nothing serious, nothing big, nothing, you know, but then these people did what they were supposed to do, and I enjoyed watching all of them for a few, right? But for a few. All right, away from the performances, let's talk about how the story came together. Well, yeah, as much as this feels like a different ground to explore, the first of its kind, if I'm not mistaken, in Nollywood, I mean, explicit sexual content. I think this is the first of its kind. I understand that they wanted to do something really different, but did they get it 100%? I'm not sure because the entire story didn't come out together. I know that the person who wrote this film is said to be a very good writer. I think I've confirmed it in a couple of other movies, but I don't know what went wrong. There seemed to be a lot of afterthought in this movie that was making me feel like okay, and there were a lot of cliches as well that made me feel like okay, can we just skip, can we skip, you know, cliches like cliches with words, cliches with actions, especially when you're watching two people trying to come together, and all those like Indian things that happen, you know, those coincidences, like you want to stand up, you know, maybe your nose now match, or your nose eat each other, or your mouth, you know, those not so interesting coincidences that used to happen in Indian films. I got those kind of vibes as well on this movie, and I'm like, okay, nah, this shouldn't be happening. If you really want to be daring, if you want to be different, then be different completely. So I saw some of those instances, some of those coincidences, like you standing on the road and this person who you met yesterday is the one driving by and asking to drop you off, and then you're asking to drop me off, you don't even know where I'm going. There was no conversation about where I'm going and if it's convenient, and then when you finally drop me off, I'm leaving my phone, forgetting my phone in your car. You have to take the phone and then come look for me where you saw me go into. Then you saw that it's an orphanage home. So cliche, right? Cliche. Convenient coincidences just made me like, oh. So I don't think that the entire thing came together the way I would have expected it, considering that these guys were trying to do something that anyone hasn't done before. Another thing I noticed is that I talked about the fact that some things felt like an afterthought, and that also included the ending of this film, which was even worse for me. And this will also lead me to the cinematography. The ending of the movie, I don't even understand what that is, but I just hissed because, I mean, it felt like a 1993 kind of story where somebody was about to get married, and then the other person who is the true love of her life now walks in and like screamed her name, and then she now run off the whatever marriage, and then goes out to this person, and then they start kissing and rain starts falling and all that very annoying stuff that I used to read in novels while I was younger. It just really felt some kind of way. So I don't know what it was with that ending, but it just didn't work for me. I don't know why they haste, or if there was just a haste, if they were in a haste to just complete and wrap up the whole thing, but I didn't expect it to end like that, and it was just really annoying to see. Another thing that I needed to point out is the fact that I'm not sure where the morals of this story lie, because at the end of the day, even after this lady's dark web identity was exposed, we didn't see any retribution or any okay, well, she was sober and all that stuff, but I mean, I don't know, it was like shortly after that then we saw that she was getting married and all that. So it was happening, everything was happening too fast. The part that was supposed to be fast was too slow, right? They were dragging those parts, and then the one that was supposed to be explicit now was the one that was happening too fast, including the ending. And I'm like, okay, that's how you want it, we take it like that, let's just be going. Did I have fun watching it? Well, to some extent. Would I recommend it? Well, to some extent. And then another thing, I said that was going to take me to the cinematography. To be honest, I give it up to Untitled Studio any day, anytime. They have a great, I mean, they have, you will know that these people have great team of great minds, right, that are thinking about what every scene should look like. And that's something that worked in this movie. All of the silhouettes, use of silhouettes, I mean, it was interesting. The lighting, the location, the room of the tech boy, the room of the dancer or dark web girl Bianca, that's Irele. The, you know, the location was just really interesting. The location kept drawing me in, and the lighting, the silhouette moments where we're seeing them through dark light and colored light and all that stuff, it was just really interesting to see. The use of animation, graphics, everything was really interesting. It gave me a different feeling from any type of Nollywood movie I've seen in a long time, and I think that's one of the things that worked for me. And that's why I said that for Untitled Studio, whenever you watch their movie, you can tell that these guys have guys that have their head working, and I really appreciate that about them. Another thing that worked for me is the use of soundtrack. Like, these guys literally produced an album out of this movie, which, you know, you guys know I like soundtracks, right? But again, Nollywood, you people, when you are laying your sound, you people should be considering our eardrum. You people should come. No, please, for the love of God, be considering our eardrum, because it was loud. I don't know if it's the cinema speaker, but this soundtrack was so loud that I had to start blocking my ears at some point. I know you guys want us to have, you know, feel the music, but at the same time, let's do it well. And I think that their sound at some point too was just really going up and down, like that's the conversation. But apart from that, it was really interesting to hear those songs. I'd even listened to those songs before I went to see the movie, because I checked the songs on Apple. I checked the song on Apple Music to just have a feel of the music because of the hype I saw. Yeah, the music was good. The soundtracks were on point. They ushered in the moment, but I just felt like they were too loud, and that just really took away from the experience I was supposed to have. So yeah, I think for this particular review, I've been mixing the good and the not so good together, so you guys just have to filter. What else am I supposed to talk about in this movie? I've talked about the fact that the story didn't gel for me. There were a lot of afterthoughts. Yes, there were something I wasn't expecting from Until also happened, and that is fake rain. It's been a while. I saw fake rain inside movie. It was not feeling like irrigation. You know when you're doing irrigation during agriculture, like that, would you not put the hose up like this so that the water cannot be pouring down like this, or you put it like this so that it will not be it didn't work. Could work. Because that particular scene, I don't know what they did, but I felt some kind of way. I mean, I'd place you guys here when it comes to making the impossible happen, but that one did not work. And then knowing that it was now the ending that I didn't even like at all, I just felt some kind of like, I was just rolling my eyes like, but again, generally, it was E for effort. I like that they tried out something new. I like that they put their effort into it, and I also like that the actors, you know, decided to go on this journey with the production house. They did turn out well. Yeah, average, right, for me. I don't know if this movie will come out on Netflix, because that means that it will be free to all to watch. and I hope that we'll be able to censor and control the kind of people that would watch this movie if it finally gets to any of these streaming sites, because it's blurry. That's only my concern right now. That is the only concern I have. I hope that we'll be able to really put control if this gets to streaming sites, because it's blurry. But generally the movie was not bad. It's a good watch, average level. And it also, I watched it on the same day I watched Lockdown. By the way, I have my review up, which was also on an average level for me. So how will I rate the movie? I'll definitely rate it a 5/10. It's on an average level. I wish they had done more with the story, especially the ending, and they're not making us feel like a lot of things were an afterthought. Topper was okay, but I don't like how that revelation of that scene where they were trying to expose Rotimi Salami. I don't know, but there were a lot of anyway, that's about it for this review. Let me know what you think if you've seen the movie in the comment section down below. Remember to like and subscribe, guys. Like I really said, please do so. That's what keeps me going. I mean, that's one of the reasons I would want to turn on my camera, knowing that you're watching, you're subscribing, and you're also liking and commenting on my videos. Oh yeah, month of August, I told you, is going to be really interesting because I have so many movies coming out this month of August. Yes, I just got back from the premiere of Setup Part 2, and I can't wait to watch it. I didn't watch it at the premiere. I had to leave early for work tomorrow, but I would definitely watch it on Friday or Saturday or Sunday, when it gets to the cinema on Friday. It gets to the cinema on Friday, so I'll watch it that weekend and bring you a review of the movie. But thank you so much for watching this video. It's been real. Till next time, peace out.